The name of this one shot is From the Depths It Watches. So let's just go around the room real quick, and we can introduce our characters. Jordan, I'll start with you. Just tell me the name of your character, a brief background, and just remind everybody what race and class they are. Oh, and what your rare magic item is that you chose.
What color is the one we can choose?
Green.
What did I choose for my magic item?
Right, it's been a while. Hi everybody, I'm Dan D. The D is capital because it's big. And I chose the Staff of Power. That's how I got the capital D in my name. The Staff of Power.
Race and class?
I'm a tiefling wizard.
Tiefling wizard. Okay, dandy. And next up is Chester.
I'm Chester. I am a Kala-Astar sorcerer. And while I have great spiritual energy with this nagging voice in the back of my mind, I have passion for all. And I do not wield any magic weapons because I forgot to grab one.
Okay. Well, you can work on that while we continue on. Creely?
Yes, I'm she's a, what is it? Tiefling warlock.
I like tiefling.
I don't know why it says D9, T5, and all that. Anyway, not really much of a character, honestly. I did the best I could. I just rolled randomly, but 12 passive perception, 10 passive investigation.
Okay.
12 passive insight.
All right, Shorto?
All right. Shorto hails from the North High Mountains, okay? From the gold mines. He comes down to the low country seeking ale, gold, blood, and brothels, not in that order.
All right. And Shorto is a dwarf paladin, right?
All in that order.
All right. Tim?
I'm Tim. I'm a fighter. I'm an old man. I'm 74.
Another old man.
Hi, Tim.
I'm sure regular old man that likes to get into drunken fights every once in a while.
Is that why you're in AA today, Tim?
Right on. Okay.
Sometimes
We're
I go
gonna
to the
start
bar
an
and I
AA.
get into fights with people.
Elgrid?
Yes. My character's name is Elgrid.
Elgrid, yeah.
She is approximately 96 years old. She doesn't really care anymore. She doesn't really know, actually. And let me tell you, this character has seen darkness. She's been around for a long time, okay? I mean, she's a cleric. She's seen brutal ways. She's killed people in brutal ways. She's an elf, so she's a little tiny, but don't let that deceive you.
I got something that's not tiny.
All right. And finally, last but not least, Larissa.
Hi, Larissa.
Hi, Larissa. My name is Larissa, and I'm addicted to chocolate. That actually. So, I am a shifter ranger. I was trying to do Beastmaster, but couldn't find it, so it is what it is. I don't know what to say. I'm not real bright. I'm not very strong. But my dex is good. My charisma's pretty. Actually, my charisma's really good too.
So you're beautiful.
I can talk to animals.
You're a beautiful shifter. Oh, yes, because you're a ranger.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm a ranger.
Excuse me, I got a little bit of frog in my throat. So you're on the continent, we're playing in Eberron, and you're on the continent of Xen'drik here. And you're in the port city of Stormreach, which is Xen'drik's last civilized outpost. It's a lawless hub of treasure hunters, Moorgrave scholars, and refugees from the last war. And if you guys are taking notes, this is probably a good place to take notes. But anyway, you're hired by a Moorgrave University scholar, and you now find yourself in a cluttered Moorgrave University office. It's lit by a flickering, ever-bright lantern, and Professor Veldengran paces. His fingers are stained with ink, and his robes are singed from some recent field testing. Quote in quotes
That means
there.
he was smoking crack.
What city is it called?
You're
That's
in
why he's in our AA
Stormreach.
meeting.
Stormreach. Yep. It's right on the northern part of the Xen'drik continent there. And you're in the Morgrave University. So the professor says to you guys as you're sitting in his office, he says, "So tell me, have you ever heard of the Mind Forge of Zalanash?"
No.
No? Good. That means
Something
the
you can
wrong
smoke.
people haven't heard of it either. But I've kind of pieced together its location from texts even the Arum would kill to possess. And I need you to get there first. My last team sent me this before they went silent. And he pulls out kind of a singed piece of paper. And on it he reads from that paper that's probably part of a journal. It says, "Zalanash are not ruins, they are a cage. Don't let it," and he says to you guys, the rest of it's kind of illegible, but the parchment kind of smells like burnt ozone.
Nice. He knows what burnt ozone smells like?
Yes, because magic is pretty common in Eberron,
Yeah.
so they do a lot of experiments, and there's a lot of things that could cause burnt ozone.
The mind of what? The mind of what in Zabanash?
The Mind Forge of Zalanash.
Mind Forge. That's what we're looking for, right?
Yeah, he's asked if you've heard of it. And the page from the burnt journal that he got says the Zalanash are not ruins, they're a cage. And don't let it. And that's really all it says.
They're not ruins, they're caves.
Cage.
Cages.
Oh.
It's a cage. They're a cage.
Trapping something inside.
So it gives you guys kind of a moment to digest that.
I bet it's caging a dragon.
So he leans back and he just kind of tosses the burnt journal on the table in front of him. And he says to you guys, "Now I've heard rumors a Mind Flayer who goes by the name Ulthar is seeking a dreaming lens and plans on using this artifact to turn the local Ulthar drow into mindless slaves."
Oh, that's not great.
Now everybody knows that the Ulthar drow are the indigenous people of Xen'drik. Just
Yeah,
to give you
I
guys
mean,
some context here.
And what is he going to use to turn them into slaves? A dream what?
Dreaming lens.
You're dreaming.
What's
lens?
that?
He says it's an artifact.
Can I do like
You look
an
good and you
insight
dream.
check on it? Because I'm from the half the sphere is from the dreamland. So can I roll an insight check and be like, oh, I know what that is?
Yeah, you don't even have to roll a check. You would know
She knows what
that
it is.
this is an
I'm
artifact that was created during the Age of Giants.
Okay.
Because everybody knows that on Xen'drik, the giants once ruled there, and they built great cities. And there ended up being this huge war between, well, they basically tried to enslave the Ulthar drow or something like that. I mean, this is ancient history. And the dragons had to step in, and basically the dragons kind of wiped out the giants and their cities.
Okay.
But one of the things the giants did was create a lot of artifacts there. I mean, they were highly advanced. They built huge cities, and so Dreaming Lens is just one of those things.
Okay. So I know what's up.
So he goes on to further talk about this, and he says, this isn't just about one Mind Flayer playing a warlord in the ruins. Like, you guys got to understand this. If Ulthar claims the Dreaming Lens, he won't just stop at Xen'drik. He'll turn the entire region into a factory for thralls. A psychic refinery where every living mind is fueled for his empire. Just imagine this, guys. Thousands of Ulthar drow, their wills crushed into hive servants. Imagine the jungles just crawling with intellect devourers, wearing the faces of your friends. That will be just his first step.
He said factories. Fuck the industrial age. Get him.
No, you can't have the Industrial Revolution now.
Fuck the industrial age. We don't want them
So-
factories.
If we have to stop this guy, we have to get the lens first. But how does he enslave everyone with it?
Well, he can use it as kind of like a psychic weapon.
Luckily, I'm resistant to psychic damage. I'm perfect to go up against this guy.
Yeah, so just to give you a little bit, he goes on to kind of further explain the dreaming lens. He says that it's an artifact capable of projecting thoughts into reality. And he believes that it was a kind of a failed prototype of what's known as the reality seed.
What do you think the artifact is?
I think it's in Zalanash, the ruins of Zalanash, deep in the jungles.
So, you want us to travel there and get it before him?
That's exactly what I want you guys to do. So you guys can see on the map that's in front of you, this is a map of Xen'drik. I got the miniature on the map there. It's next to Stormreach, which is near the top. And you can see that the entire east, going south and to the east, is all filled with jungle. But he has a pretty good idea where it might be.
So do we need to pass the lake?
Past the river? No. He believes it's on this side of that river,
Oh, okay.
somewhere down in the jungle. And you guys can feel free to take a look at the map and pass it around, look at it.
So, I think it's over.
So we're going into the is it swampland you said?
Down into the jungle.
Jungle.
Lemon bars.
So down here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you can see that a good part of that continent is jungle, but he believes it's not too far south from where you're at now.
Okay.
But it's somewhere in that jungle.
Okay.
So not a lot of people go exploring down into the continent. The continent is kind of mysterious, and everybody knows that Xen'drik is one of those places where reality shifts, and it's like you think you're going one way and you're actually going another, and things change all the time. It has to do, they call it the cursed continent.
Oh.
But again, a lot of the Ulthar drow live in those jungles down there. And again, they're like the indigenous population down there.
Okay. Well, let's hope they're not in here. I'm going to attack. Okay.
All right.
All right. So is there
So let's get there.
any other research we need to do to find out more before we go into there?
Is
No,
there,
how are we traveling?
Do you know if anyone inhabits this
You got
area?
legs, don't you?
The drow. The Ulthar drow.
Do you think that they will be
And
aggressive?
they've been known to be aggressive.
Okay. How should we handle them?
That's completely up to you guys. I
You
am
gotta give them honey.
not, then this is the professor talking, of course. He goes, I'm not a warrior. I am a academic. I've gone down south before to do digs, archaeological digs and things like that. And sometimes, I've had to run for my life, and because some of the tribes are really aggressive and some of them are not. So it just depends.
So do what's necessary.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't know if they're gonna attack or.
They probably will.
Mhm.
Realistically.
Yeah, this is
So
gonna be.
which way are we headed?
Southeast.
Southeast? Okay.
What kind of monsters and whatnot live in the jungle?
It's only the drow, I think. Or
So there's a lot of dangerous.
Animals, I should say.
Yeah, there's a lot of dangerous wildlife down there, and there is a lot of dangerous and toxic plants, snakes, things like that. It's a jungle.
Okay.
Okay, snakes. And what kind of beasts did you say live down out there?
Snakes.
Just snakes and poisonous
Snakes,
plants?
reptiles,
Snakes or reptiles.
typical
Probably tigers
jungle
and stuff.
fare.
Okay.
And watch out.
Maybe a crocodile or an alligator.
It just kept going.
Maybe there's a T-Rex around.
So as far as dinosaurs are concerned, that's usually more of a Covarian continent problem,
Yeah.
like where the tieflings are from. I think Creely could talk more of that because Creely is a tiefling and would know
But not
more
in this area.
would know more about
Not
dinosaurs. Yes, but there's not very many dinosaurs that I've ever come across on this continent, Xen'drik.
Okay. Well, let's go.
All right, you guys are ready to head out?
Let's go.
You done asking questions? All right. So you leave the busy port of Stormreach, and you guys travel for many days in the hot and oppressive northeastern jungle of Xen'drik. And some of the things that you guys kind of encounter on the way to the ruin of Xanlanash are some carnivorous vines that did lash out, dripping with paralytic sap. You guys came across a purple mist that caused you some hallucinations, so you kind of lost a day traveling in the jungle because you guys were tripping. And you did come across a band of native Sutar drow. They were telling you guys that they were kind of like exiles, that they were running from this Mind Flayer. They're trying to get away. And they were really insistent that you guys turn back and go back where you came, that you don't want to go any further south.
Well, looks like we're heading the right way.
It sure sounds like it. After all that, you guys do finally get to the area where Xanlanash is, where the jungle's oppressive heat kind of gives way to the ruin. And there's an unnatural chill in the air. And the air does smell of ozone and burnt meat, and the ground is littered with debris.
Yeah.
You guys see a lot of shattered stones and some snapped vines, and something far worse.
Far worse. This is a tiger, guys. I called it.
Is it tiger?
I didn't say that. She said that.
Well, if I feel something like hunting us, I feel something watching.
Did you see a tiger, Chester?
No, but that's what I worry about in this jungle.
No,
I
didn't
hate
see
cats.
a tiger. I saw 2 tigers.
I didn't say a
I'm
tiger,
very
I said 2
allergic to
tigers.
cats, okay?
So how did that turn out with the tigers there, Tim?
Marty sneezing.
I don't know. They
I didn't say
Turned
a
out-
tiger, I said 10 tigers.
turned out it was just as the vines were in earlier. I was making a
Is it
strip.
yummy?
How many tentacles
Okay.
take an octopus to lab?
So you see a small bestial form that lies twisted on the ground. It looks like, kind of like an intellect devourer, as one was described to you.
Can I do a perception check?
You certainly can.
I'm stupid, so I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
stay away
look
from
over
it.
there.
No.
I rolled an 11. I'm
All right.
looking over there.
So you're looking at this thing, and you notice that it's really kind of grotesque looking. It has like a gaping hole in its like skull where the brain should have been, and it almost looks like it was kind of surgically removed, like it was carved out, kind of like with something really sharp. And there's no jagged edges. It's like really smooth.
Guys, the tigers are here. And they just ate that guy.
And they surgically
Freaking brain.
And they're
Remove the
surgeons. They got rid of his brain.
tigers. Not the surgeon tigers.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Dude, the
they're
tiger
mad.
took his brain
These
out,
tigers watch every
transplanted it into
season of
another
Grey's
tiger.
Anatomy. See
And now
that
the
shit?
tigers are just they're too smart.
I knew my doctor was a tiger.
With that roll of yours, you also kind of notice that there's a faint purple like ichor that's dripping from the wound.
Ugh.
And as you're looking at it, and it's kind of still dripping there, it's sizzling every time it kind of drips on the stone.
How
there's
viscous
acid.
is it? Is it like pure liquid or is it like oily, like slowly dripping?
Yeah, it's kind of viscous.
Yeah, ichor would be like kind of a thick,
Yeah.
gooey kind of thing.
That's
So,
actually not fair.
so the dead thing is the intellect. Whatchamacallit?
Devourer.
Well, give me a.
Or
Do you want to investigate too?
well,
to
you
see
said
if,
that.
No, I think we should continue
Yeah.
moving and not interact with that guy. I think we should get the fuck up out of
What's
here.
going on? I picked.
what do you want to do, Larissa, or anybody else?
I think it's time to run.
Run.
We already lost the day. We don't want to lose
As
some
long as
more.
you
I don't
have
really wanna
Mind Flayer
run,
out here,
but-
you can people's brains.
We want to proceed carefully.
Okay.
Well, I think we should proceed carefully away
So,
from
but
that
what's
guy.
the dead thing?
Do you want to inspect it, Larissa?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Because I thought
I'm
you
hiding.
said what it was, and I
I'm
just missed
hidden.
it. Do I need to roll?
Yep, please. What are you gonna do to check it?
Well, I rolled a 2 for investigation. Because I thought you said I had to do investigation.
I didn't say that. Just
Oh.
what do you want to do?
I'm just looking at it to see if I recognize it.
So as you're leaning down and you're looking a little more, and you're doing investigation. That's
Yeah,
you
I
want to
guess
stick
so.
with that too. Okay. So you really can't figure out what exactly it is, but as you're looking at it and you're reaching out to kind of like poke at it, you hear a hiss, and then you see a humanoid appear out of the jungle,
Poke with the stick.
and you recognize it as one of those Ulthar drow. And you can tell him because he has that unmistakable dark skin and those vivid red eyes, and he's kind of smaller and has a thinner body.
I was just gonna go hissing.
And you also notice that he's wearing a necklace that would probably be like a holy symbol to Volkur, which is everybody knows is one of the gods of this world. And he raises up a crossbow and he points it at you, but he doesn't fire it at you. And he looks at you with dead serious and he says, "Don't touch that unless you want your mind chewed to a pulp."
Okay.
Thanks for the advice.
What was this gonna poke at?
I
Wasn't
knew it.
Okay.
We found the
I
forest
told you
crack.
How did you know
Tiger.
that?
This tiger is crazy, man.
The tiger's just waiting for you.
It's the mist tigers.
So I said okay, and I
They're
back
in
up.
the trees.
Okay.
All right.
Anybody?
He's still pointing a crossbow at you guys.
It's all
Can I
back
Or
up.
at
Can I
you.
use persuasion?
Go for it. How are you gonna persuade him? What are you gonna say?
Put the crossbow down. You're too high.
Oh, no.
Go home.
I mean, we are like around like the same species,
Hmm.
right? Kind of.
You're an elf, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You're an elf. but you're kind of like, are you like a wood elf? I mean, you didn't tell me
I'm
you're.
just gonna be like, we understand. Put the crossbow down. We don't want any harm.
We don't want to.
So he says to you, and
We don't want to have to kill you.
he notices that you're an elf, and he kind of like takes his aim off of Larissa there, and he kind of swings it over to you, Elgrid, and he says to you, "What are you doing here? Why have you come?"
We have been sent on a mission
To make sure you have good
from
service.
the. Isn't it like the show you said, like the laboratory?
Do we want to tell them that? Are we good with that?
Yeah.
I mean,
it doesn't matter, does it?
being honest.
We're on his side, kind of.
Okay.
Kinda don't wanna kill
No, we're not gonna steal his crap.
What
we could
we're
settle
doing
down.
here, we don't want anything to do with you guys at all. We're trying to find this mind shit? Mind Flayer, which is also affecting you guys as well. So
So,
we don't get in your way, and you don't get in ours.
so you speak of Ulthar.
Yes.
We do.
Well, you can tell that thieving half-elf, his research got Lyra killed.
Who's Lyra?
And this isn't a place for you academics. It's a grave.
That's great.
I thought it was a
Why
cage.
though?
Well, good thing we're not academics.
Is it a grave
Good
in a
thing my
cage?
intelligence is my second lowest stat. Who's Lyra?
That's Laura.
Lyra,
Lyra.
Lyra was my friend,
Oh.
Just
and she was a rival to your patron.
to my patron.
There.
No. Well, I mean, it's not really like I'm working with him. He just kind of.
He just gives us paychecks.
I
just hired
hate
us.
He hired us. We don't really care. We're looking for the money.
Isn't that the very definition of a patron? He asks inquisitively to you guys.
Listen. I
Somebody
really
that
take
pays you to do things,
Yeah, but
that
it's
supports
not
you.
You guys are about to be enslaved. We're trying to save you.
Hmm.
So, as much as you hate the guy, we kind of want to save you all. So you can hate him as much as you want, but in the afterlife, I don't feel like that'll matter.
How about there's 7 of us and 1 of you?
Give me a persuasion check.
I can live with that.
I think if you fire
Chester.
that crossbow, you're dead.
I mean,
Wait, I have.
are you
have
gonna
my
get one of us?
proficient.
Go to reload it and we'll jump your
A
ass.
22.
We won't even
He
be
loves
dead.
me.
You'll just do no
Yeah, so he kind of warms up to you,
Okay, yeah.
Chester, and he
What's
says,
up?
Kalistar, maybe you might be onto something.
Alright, so for the greater good, no money in it. We're
Maybe you
just
can,
friends.
maybe you can help me get my cousin back.
I love
Velen.
Velen.
Velen's her name, and
Good to hear.
Ulthar is trying to turn her into one of.
It's my free time hobby.
Ulthar is trying to change her into one of his mindless thralls.
That won't work when we get there. Show us the way.
Should be a mindful stroll.
I can do that.
You show me a mindful.
Alright.
All right. Let's see where we're at here. So he takes you not far from here. He takes you a little further down, and that's when you see it. I mean, you kind of get the sense that you wouldn't necessarily have found this place as easily without his help. And he says, as you arrive there, you see kind of like a colossus ruin, and it's really half swallowed by time and vines.
Okay.
And it kind of rises from the earth a bit like a jagged teeth of a half-buried titan. And the entrance is a gaping stone maw. It's about 30 feet tall, Its edges are carved into the likeness of a Ulthar giant. That's kind of like screaming in agony, like a silent scream. This stone structure. And the archway's throat yawns as you look in there. It kind of yawns into darkness. And it's kind of exhaling this kind of like dank metallic breath almost. It's like this place is alive.
Sounds like he needs to brush his teeth.
And you smell the scent of wet stone and something, you can't put your finger on it, something older. Something that's kind of alive.
Like
So-
a plant?
And
Magical.
no, it's just like it's the ruin. And he says to you, before we go down, I should let you know that I am Draslin,
Draslin.
and I am of the tribe of Varin.
Alright, Draslin, the tribe of Varin.
Who are you?
Tim.
I am Chester,
Dan.
a great Talistar. The spirit in my head right now is saying a bunch of stuff about this, but I hope we can bring peace and not the bloodbath that may happen.
Well, we will see. This place is dangerous.
Wonderfully dangerous.
Wonderfully.
I mean, there's so much that could happen.
I mean, how many times a day can you see a grave
Okay.
inside a cage that's not
How
a
many
ruin?
times can you pick up a poisonous stink, keep it in your pocket until you can throw it at somebody?
Well,
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
It's a great thing to keep in your pocket. But can I ask him more about the ruins? Like, what exactly is this place? It feels as though it's full of spirit.
Is this some kind of
There's something
history?
haunting there.
Well, those are all great questions. So he's like, this place is older than time itself. It was created by the giants in the age of giants. And it was once one of the giants' research facilities before the great war that destroyed those great creatures.
So, if they kept this place open, especially before the war, it's probably full of some magical artifacts.
He says his ancestors, it's been passed down, the stories have been passed down through time by oral tradition, that this place was built by the large ones. That's what he calls the giants. Built by the large race, the large ones. And that they wanted to be dream walkers.
Much like my other side. Well, I can see why they would make a dream, what's it called, the dream lens. If they're trying to reach that far.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably something else here though. Maybe something guarding.
It could be. This place is evil.
Evil.
why did you bring us
And I mean to get my cousin back. I think she's in here somewhere.
Then let's go. Let's dive in.
All right. So as you get a little closer, does anybody have a passive perception of 15 or greater?
16.
16? Okay, Tim. So Tim, our fighter here, has like some keen senses. And he's like, hold it. Everybody down.
As an old man, I have
You
better
sense
than
something.
you.
And so does Drazzle. He senses something too.
I sense it
Because
too.
he's moving his hands like in a downward motion, like crouch.
Oh, down.
It drives down. Shit.
Okay. Well, now what?
So we all crouch.
Yes.
I mean,
We
you
hide.
And?
to like notice this.
We're hiding. Okay.
Do we hear anything?
Yeah.
Give me a perception check if that's what you want to do.
Me?
Elgrid.
Yes.
She's got a 24.
I know I got it.
Oh, you got a 24?
Yeah, you sense something. Well, Tim and Drazzle sense something, and they're the ones that are kind of like giving you the signals to get down. But you guys don't see anything yet. Elgrid, what do you? You're looking, right?
Yeah.
All right,
for my perception.
Yep. So what's your perception?
15.
15. Okay, so with a 15, you see ahead a little bit, and there's like some there's a couple, three, like there is definitely 3 things up ahead. They're moving around, kind of like hidden in the bushes, but they're rustling.
I got a 24. Can I see?
Yeah, you see a lot better. So they look like the Sultar and Drow, but there's something really off about these guys.
Like they're being controlled?
Yeah, almost like that. Like
They've been taken already. That's sad to say. Oh well.
So are they stalking us?
I think they're on here on their own, no? Because it doesn't seem
no,
like...
it doesn't seem like they're stalking you.
Let's watch to see
It
what
looks
they're doing.
more like they're guarding the entrance to this place.
I think I have something. A spell, maybe. I have minor illusion.
Okay, tell me what you're gonna do.
I can create a sound or an image of an object within range / duration. I can do it within 30 feet. So, let's say they're over by the entrance where I'll be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not far from the entrance.
Not far, so we have to draw them away. So in the forest, if I make just a copy of me, you see me, I walk out, I see them, and I'll run back into the forest. I want to draw them out.
Okay.
So I cast minor illusion. It's a cantrip, so.
All right. Do they get a save or anything?
No, doesn't look like it. I don't need to. It just lasts for a minute.
Okay. So you cast this spell, and it makes a copy of you, and it moves from the bushes where you guys are at, or the area that you're at, out towards and back into the jungle. Is that what you're saying?
Not where we are. Just like a little way.
Like, yeah, it's like leading them away from
Yeah.
you. They're trying to draw you out. Okay, I got you. So one of them stops suddenly, and he sees this image moving across there, and he yells something at it. What do you make it do? Do you make it keep moving, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna make it stop and turn back, and like maybe. It doesn't seem like they're aggro, are they? So maybe I just wait.
Well, he yells something, and it's like kind of like really, like there's like some like and it's hard to understand.
Okay, so
it's like broken Elvish almost.
Okay, so when my mirror illusions really shake my butt at them, then run.
Okay, so it takes off running, and so then this thrall takes off too. He's like, and he's like almost on all fours. He's just like running at it, and he catches up to it, and he has these really like sharp claws, and he's like, whoosh, and it just goes through thin air, and he kind of like loses his balance because he doesn't hit anything like he's expecting to, and he just rolls in the dirt there with it.
Okay, so I don't think he's not gonna stay there for long, is he?
Up to a minute. You said the spell lasts.
Okay, yeah. So he has a minute over there. There's 2 more at the door. Should we start the attack?
Yeah, so his buddies are looking over there at this, and they're all kind of confused.
So maybe we should jump into battle.
Yeah.
There's 2 more at the door? I thought there was 2 total, so there's 3.
Is there any way we
Yep,
could-
there's 2 at the door.
is there
There's
any way
3
we can
total.
avoid
One's
this?
off attacking basically a specter.
And
Can
they
we
all look
avoid
the
this?
same.
Yeah, they all look the same.
Okay, so they're all crazy.
Can we avoid this?
No, they're guarding the entrance.
You got 2 of them guarding the entrance too. Tell me what you want to do to avoid it.
There's lemon bars.
Okay.
Do you like lemon bar?
Is there like a different way out, like behind us?
You eating chocolate?
Well, the ruin is like half buried in the ground, and all you see is this giant stone entrance right there, and you really haven't like looked around in the jungle for any other way in.
Can I use survival?
Sure. What do you want to do? You want to leave all these guys and go off on your own and look?
Yeah, I'm gonna find a trail. It's probably wisdom. So yeah, I'm gonna go on my own. But
Okay.
still like sneaking, and I'm gonna go over to like one side of the wall.
Oh, I should use.
All right. So you split off from the party and you're looking for another way in. That's what you're
Yeah.
telling me. Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I am gonna start by lobbing to it. Shall we fight these guys?
We could. I also have the spell sleep. I realized maybe I should just made all three of them sleep, but I can knock out the two guys by the door, and it give you advantage on any attack.
So is your copy gone now?
It
Or
would
do you
No,
have
it's
to
still
call-
there.
Do you have to maintain concentration on it or anything? then?
Nope, it's just
That's awesome.
casting. Yeah, cantrip, so I don't.
It doesn't have a
But
little
for
C on it.
sleep, I do need concentration.
Yeah.
They can make a wisdom saving throw 13. So, what, you want me to cast sleep and then we rush into attack?
Yeah.
That's a great starter? Okay.
Okay. So you're going to try to put the other two to sleep?
Yep,
Okay. And they need a wisdom saving throw?
yep.
Okay.
13 or better.
First one gets a 17, and the other one gets a 7. So one of them's like whoa, and he's kind of like dizzy for a second, but he shakes it off, and the other one just kind of collapses and falls asleep.
Alright, so they know something's wrong. We gotta go in and attack now.
Alright, now I'm gonna lob 2 arrows at the one that was dazed but didn't fall down.
Okay, I'll give you advantage on that attack,
Alright.
since he's a little bit dazed.
Catch him by surprise.
Okay, so I got a 17 on the first one.
Sort of.
Okay. On this one, a 21.
Yep. Tell me, describe your attack. They both hit.
I draw back my quiver with two arrows. I'm gonna draw back my bow. I pull 2 arrows out of my quiver at the same time. I rack them in the bow like this, 3 fingers. I pull them back at the same time. I aim. I cock that bitch to the side and I let it blow. It flies. You hear a whistle through the air, and his dumb ass turns, and I clock him in both eyes.
All right.
And
Give
drop him.
me how much damage did you do?
I did 15.
15. Okay. So yeah, they both hit, but you were aiming at his eyes, but you missed, and they hit him in his chest.
I blew off his nipples.
Yeah, and he's like, he staggers back a bit. The third, okay, let's just go around the table though. So you went. What is Dandy doing?
Danny's gonna cast a spell at the one who is still standing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm casting magic missile.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's just a reaction.
No, you can do magic missile as an action if you want.
I think it just deals damage.
Yeah, it does. It automatically hits.
Alright.
Oh, touch magic and science.
Okay. 4 damage. That's
Okay.
weak. Stuff of power.
So yeah, that thing just hits him in the chest and kind of burns into him. Shorto went. Chester? Oh, Chester already went, didn't she? Creeley, what are you doing?
How far is he?
He's about 25 feet or so from you.
25 feet.
He's a short distance away.
Okay. Let's do. Go javelin, not 20.
All right, so you step out and you throw a javelin at him.
Yeah.
Yep, you hit him.
He's got 7 damage.
Perfect. Okay.
Julia, one action. tells you
Attacks
to
per
talk.
action.
Okay.
James hasn't gone.
Nope. Tim.
I haven't either.
I'm gonna give you guys a
I'm
chance.
Gonna... I'm gonna. Am I able to like run up to them? Are they close enough?
Yeah, you can charge him.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to one with my great axe. I'm gonna swing it at him.
Okay.
Is a 17 to hit?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
100%.
Just slice him in half. It's like,
15 damage.
Yeah, these guys are not wearing armor. Okay.
23 or 26 is a hit, right?
Yep.
For 11 more damage.
Perfect. Larissa.
There's just one guy, right? Because the other guy's asleep.
Yep. One guy's asleep and the other guy's getting
Facing phantoms.
Okay,
Getting
so
his-
I'm gonna shoot a firebolt. That's 11.
Hmm.
That's a miss.
Yeah, 11 just barely misses. All right. And Elgrid,
okay,
You-
so
what are you doing back there?
I'm back there, and then I see that they're just starting to fucking attack him anyway. So I'm like, oh fuck! So I sneak back,
Okay.
and can I attack them, or is that just my
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Okay, you
I
can move
think
him
we
with
gotta
that.
sneak the one in the forest.
Yep, there's one in the forest that you can get at.
Well, I'm just gonna wait for that motherfucker to come here.
Okay.
Honestly, we might be able to slip in and just pass that a sleeping guy after clearing up. Cause how
Well,
is this guy still
Which one's
standing?
still alive?
Well, there's one asleep and one that's taken a lot of hits from the
Can I
party.
just go up to the
And
one
then
who's
the-
sleeping and like slit his throat?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay,
That's
I'm
what you want to
gonna
do.
that. I'm gonna take my sickle and I'm just gonna.
Slice his throat. Okay. All right. So there's one still left, and let me see.
Oh.
He realizes that this isn't real. What he's attacking.
Oh, that's the only one that's left. Is the one.
Yep. And he turns, and he charges right at Dandy. Yeah, and he has he just swings his claws at you, and he nails you,
Damn.
and you take 7 points of slashing damage as he just rakes his claws right down the front of you, and then he kind of like latches on with the other hand onto your head.
Like a cat?
Yeah, like a cat with his claws.
Huge green.
Give me an intel, and all of a sudden you feel like something trying to penetrate your brain pan. Give me a intelligence save.
Oh, actually, let's see my okay ones.
Uh-oh. This was not the campaign to have loin clothing.
I was just thinking the same thing.
13.
13. Okay. So he manages to penetrate you with this,
So dumb.
like, it's almost like he's freaking like
Let's see.
inside your head. So, and like scrambling your thoughts. So take 11 points of psychic damage.
I'm dead.
Oh, wait. How many hit points did you have?
20.
Jeez.
Didn't you? Isn't this the first hit you've taken?
It's the second. 14 and then 11, right?
No, 7 and 11 is 18. You still should have some hit points left.
So
You did 7? I thought you said 14.
No, I said 7. 7 slashing damage as you, and then he did 11 psychic damage
So
to you.
14.
All right. The one you
So
went
you
up
said
there
2
and took
points
your
off.
sickle and sliced his head. You almost sliced his throat. Yeah, you almost took his entire head off. He
Yeah.
just bleeds out on the ground. And then you other guys that gang jumped this other one, you just kind of just shredded him, and he's dead too. So all
Yeah.
All of them are dead, or those two are dead, except for the one that just attacked Dandy. So, Dandy, what are you doing?
Well, is he still on top of?
Yeah, he's on top of her. He's got his head. He got his hand clamped on her head,
Does he have
and he's
hair?
scrambling. Yes, he has hair.
Pull his hair. Good job.
Well,
Can I reach up and do a fireball?
Yeah, you can. You're still
you
conscious.
burn yourself?
Do
yeah,
whatever
he's
you
on
want.
top of you, so you
Oh,
can
it
do
doesn't
a
aim?
fireball.
Lightning bolt.
What do we do?
Alright, I'm just gonna do lightning bolt. I'm gonna shoot it right at him. You gotta make a
Somebody
dex
has to
saving
heal
throw.
her.
What saving throw?
Who
Dex.
has the healing spells? Is that you?
He gets a
You're
15.
paladin, you don't need
I'd
spells?
say.
She's
Okay.
a player.
Chester.
What spells did you pick your spells, right?
Dude, grab his hair. And
She
then
has
he'll go
cure
live.
wounds
It's
and
fine.
stuff. She's the
Okay.
player.
Yeah, I can heal 30 health.
Chester.
Okay, so
Oh,
one
what?
of you needs
You're
to
the cleric.
heal.
You're the
Oh,
human
yeah.
with the human spells.
Nothing.
What?
All right. Creeley,
Yeah?
what are you doing?
You're Chester. You didn't wanna.
Oh, no, I'm literally searching for something to do. I'm like,
All right.
what do I do?
I'll just go on to
Oh,
Creeley.
attack?
We'll get back. Yeah. What do you want to do? Your buddy over here, the tiefling wizard, is getting her mind scrambled.
Her mind is getting scrambled?
Her mind is
Yeah,
getting
it's
scrambled.
Okay.
Dandy's mind is getting scrambled.
Oh, wait. I know what I can do.
Okay.
Well,
You,
let's do. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, Mind Flayer. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send a spike of psyche damage into his head, and it should disorient him, and I want him to like latch off of her.
sure. Does he get a save?
Intelligence 13.
He rolled a 13 perfectly.
Ugh.
Okay, that's not
All right, Creeley.
Okay, so then
This is a
you
good idea.
have this sphere of yellow, nauseating gas centered on a point within range.
Mm-hmm.
The cloud is heavily obscured. The cloud lingers in the air for duration or until a strong wind.
Okay. So you got this cloud around Dandy and this mindless thrall.
Oh shit, because she's right there, huh?
Yep. So what's the effect of that?
Oh, she has to pass a save, a wisdom save.
Okay.
So,
I do.
What's the thing?
Sorry, it's a con save, 13.
Okay. So the creature fails. Do your wisdom save, because you're caught in it too.
Wisdom save.
Con.
Oh, it's con.
Yeah.
Or con. I thought she said wisdom. Okay, con.
Is it con or wisdom?
Con.
Okay.
17.
Okay, we passed.
All right, you're good. So what happens to?
So he is poisoned, and while poisoned, the creature can't take an action or bonus action.
Okay, Shorty, what are you doing? Shorto.
Sure, okay.
Sort of.
Alright. Firing 2 more arrows. I'm assuming a 24 hits.
Mm-hmm.
So 23 hits too, I take it.
Yep.
Alright, I'm hitting for 5 and 10 again.
Okay,
10 again.
gotcha. Ilgrid.
I don't even know. So he's
Aren't you
poisoned.
healing her?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
Okay, you want to heal her?
Somebody
Good.
needs to heal her.
Larissa.
Do we have advantage on it now since it's poisoned or no?
that. Is he like
Not
coughing
yet.
or throwing out? Oh.
But you
I
will
don't think there's an effect,
if he survives.
but I have 2 hit points.
I didn't use the other thing, but I'm shooting a crossbow at 17.
Yep.
It's 5 points of damage. If I have 2 attacks per action, I could use a crossbow twice too, right? Or is that only from melee?
Crossbows have to be reloaded,
points back?
and I think it takes a whole round to reload them, doesn't it?
Oh
I have no
yeah,
idea.
I think it says
she
in your
gets 9
thing.
points back because I did
Okay.
cure wounds.
Tell her.
I did.
Okay.
All right, well, 5 points of damage then.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So 2 arrows go flying in him.
Yeah,
One in the
inside.
neck, one in the chest. Then the crossbow bolt goes through the back of his skull and severs his spine, and he just drops.
No.
Oh, yeah.
And he's choking the whole time on this poisonous gas.
Cool.
Drazel's like, that was some badass shit, guys. I see that I'm teamed up with the right people. He's impressed.
Cool.
We just own the
Who's a drow?
We got
Mhm.
you guys. What's his name?
Drazzle?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't realize he came with us. Okay. Trying to
So
figure
he just
out-
watched the entire time.
This is just really.
Yeah, he didn't get a chance to do anything
That's okay.
because you guys were just all over him.
Watch.
I don't know what he really do.
Ability to tell that-
You scratch them.
This guy kind of sucks.
Now what?
I don't know. You
Okay,
tell
Well, we
me.
killed all the guys so we could go inside, right?
Yep, let's go inside.
Do we have a rogue?
No,
No?
you don't.
Okay.
No, but
We have.
can we take a long rest?
Do we need it?
No.
Like 11 hit points out of 20.
I'm like, she has like no hit points. Yeah.
All we need to do is
I say she's the
Can
only
I-
one that took damage, isn't she?
She has no hit points. You used a spell slot, didn't you?
So you guys are talking about
Are you
taking a
doing-
long rest?
Maybe.
Drazel says, my cousin's in danger. We don't have time for that.
Okay.
We need to get in there.
Let's
I
go.
can use cure wounds again.
Joey, yeah, Joey's
Okay.
He goes, if you guys want
Yeah,
to,
do you have like
if you guys want to rest for
I'll
like
use
an
the
hour
lower
or
one. I can use
so,
the higher one.
i.e. short rest, he's like, I don't have a problem with that if you want to catch your wind, but we are not going to camp overnight.
Okay.
Joey, Joey.
Yeah, why don't we do a 1 hour short rest? And that way Jordan can get some points back. Does that work? Does anybody lower spell slots or anything?
I guess I have a little one spell slot.
One spell slot I could recover would be nice.
Because if not, because I don't think you can recover unless you're a warlock of the short rest.
I am a warlock.
Oh, well, you're good then. Yeah, I love being that about a warlock. Oh, what's in that? What's another Tupperware?
I
Oh, this is the lemon cake, you guys. There's
Oh, yeah,
lemon
lemon
cake
cake
here.
too?
Oh, my limb.
All right, you guys done with your short rest?
Yeah.
So Drazel sits there and
that one's the.
he's eating some like kind of like hardtack, and he's drinking a little bit of wine, and then he gets up and he starts walking towards the entrance, and you see he pulls out this sword and it begins to glow, this short sword. So Drazel steps in front of you. It's almost like a sun blade, and it glows and it casts this sharp shadow across the ruin's entrance. And his voice gets low, and it's kind of like it's on edge with a kind of tension that comes from some kind of personal experience. And he says to you guys in this low voice, he says, "Stop. Touch that barrier," and he points, okay? And your mind will unspool like a dropped loom.
Damn.
It's okay.
The giants didn't just build this place, they wounded it, and now it bleeds thoughts.
You wounded it?
That's crazy.
I can
Your
talk
place, Summer. You want some
telepathically. Do you want
cake?
me to talk?
Yes.
I bleed
You can talk telepathically to him. Go ahead.
To the ruins or whatever he's talking about. I reach into its mind. Hey, can you let us in?
Oh, I thought you were going to talk to Drazel.
No.
No, you can't talk to the ruins. The ruin isn't like a living creature.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought you.
Yeah.
I know. I know. I should have made
But you can talk to Drazel or anybody else telepathically. Any living creature.
Yeah, I can do that normally. I just enter Razzle's mind real quick.
It's pretty fun,
I had hardtack. Thanks for asking. And some sour wine.
Sour wine?
Yes, I've had boysenberry wine.
Having a
Alrighty.
normal conversation.
Oh.
So Drazel points to a pillar and he says, I think that's the key to this resonance field that's protecting this place.
do we like? Do we need to knock down the pillar?
You want to try?
I don't think we should knock it down. Maybe we could do something with it. But like, how do we get rid of?
Drazel's like, that might work.
Alright,
Should we
let's knock it
fireball
down.
the pillar?
That's up
I
to
think
you.
we should fireball the pillar.
There you go.
Let's fireball it.
There you go, fireball.
I
Okay.
got Fireball. Do I have
Fireball.
fireball? Let me check. I do. Fireball.
All right, you do a fireball at it. How much damage do you do to it?
It was 33.
33. You hit it, and all of a sudden you just see like chips of stone break off and fly through air, and all of a sudden there's this like massive crack that starts running from the base all the way up to the top, and this huge pillar just kind of like splits, and two halves fall, one to the west and one to the east. It just comes crashing down, and you kind of see like a flicker in space and time ahead of you that's in the entrance, and it kind of just like fizzles out.
Perfect. Well, now we can go in. Let's go get your cousin.
Nice.
Are we ready? Everyone's ready to go in?
Oh,
Yeah.
Who's leading the way?
I don't know. We don't have a rope to check for traps or anything.
Tell me what
so-
your marching orders are, or
Probably
your
not
marching
the
order
20.
is.
Hit point
I'm
motherfucker.
first.
Okay.
So you're in the back, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
so Tim is in front.
With the 74-year-old man leading the way.
Yep. Who's besides Tim?
I will be besides Tim. I'm just looking everywhere.
Okay, Tim, Chester. Then who's behind Tim and Chester?
Me.
Okay, Algrid or Elgrid. And who's next to Elgrid?
Who's next to who? Who's paired? Who's your buddy?
Whoever's in the back.
I'll be in the middle. That's fine.
Okay, so Larissa. Okay, so who's behind Elgrid and Larissa?
I think Joey said he was being in the back.
Shorto.
I'll be in the back.
Okay, who's next to Shorto?
Me, I'll be next to him.
And then
Okay,
Jordan's in the
Creeley.
very back.
And then the
So that's-
wizard's bringing up the rear. That's dandy. Okay. So, as Tim and Chester step in, you guys see a vast circular chamber where the walls are covered in colossal stone faces. And each one of these faces is about 10 feet tall. And the first thing that you really notice about them is that their features are eroded, but they're kind of eerily lifelike.
Guys, I feel like I'm being watched down here by those guys. Has anyone seen Attack on Titan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've
that's
seen
been
it.
a really
This
long
might be one of those situations. It looks like stone, we never know. So, as I'm walking through the chamber, do I see anything else? Can I roll perception?
Yep, go for it. You want a perception or investigation?
Perception, I got a 24. I'm looking all around the room. Are
Yeah.
those guys real?
All right. So you walk up and you're checking out these stone faces, and you notice that they're made out of like weathered basalt, and they're cracked with this glowing kind of like violet psychic veins, like kind of like capillaries that are running through their faces. Okay. And you also notice that their expressions, no two are alike. And some of them kind of look like they're screaming silently, while others smile with hollow eyes. And you notice that a few others weep these kind of like crystalline tears.
Guys, I'm starting to think this is like a punishment where they're made to be stoned forever.
Yeah.
That's what
Isn't
it
it
looks
giant?
You know, with your roll too, since you
Right,
rolled so
at the
high, you
front.
also notice that their lips kind of twitch as if they're kind of like whispering, and you lean in a little more,
Yeah.
but there's no sound coming out. But there's like a pressure on your mind, like the thoughts, like there's thoughts in your head that aren't yours. And you
Can
just
I try
can't.
to telepathically reach it? I mean, I have a mind link ability. My mind's very open, so maybe they can reach me.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me, what would you use to what kind of skill do you think you need to get into their heads?
Mind link, maybe.
Insight?
Insight.
Insight, maybe, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, insight, yeah, I'll go with insight. A 3.
Wow.
That does not reach them. I should have not rolled insight.
Yeah, so you try to like penetrate these thoughts that are foreign in your head, trying to like reverse engineer it back, like kind of have like a feedback back into these things, but their thoughts are just too high level for you, and you can't really break it down what's going on here.
But the spirit of my mind's laughing at me now.
Is it a specific
You
language?
don't know what they're saying.
What?
Is it a specific language?
How would you figure that out? What skill do you think you need?
Arcane.
And tell me how you would kind of figure it out. Again, there's no sound that's emerging, just a pressure on your mind. You
Would it
all
be-
start to feel it
Would
now.
it be insight or arcania?
How would Arcana apply?
Study of language.
Arcana's, well, study of magical languages, maybe.
I mean, this is kind of magic. There are
This
terms
is
of
the
stone.
planes of existence.
Okay.
The
Everything here
All
is
right, go
magic.
ahead. Give me an Arcana check. I'll work
It's
with
a
that.
magic stone wall.
Okay, 23.
23. Okay. So, Elgrid, sorry, I keep messing your name up.
Fine. You can say Eldred. too.
Eldred.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Eldred is, you've read somewhere about giant stone faces before, like in your travels and in some holy book, ancient holy book that maybe that you came across. And you're like, I think these are what's referred to as a holy choir or a hollow choir.
A hollow fire.
And that would be like the extent of your knowledge.
Okay.
Can I ask our buddy if he
Drazzle?
Drazzle.
So Drazzle hears you say this hollow choir, and he's like, yeah, I think I know some about this. These faces are known as the hollow choir.
Okay.
And down through our ancestors in my tribe, they talk about how if you want to get past this, you have to either
Sing.
speak the right thought or maybe, I don't know, use some magic to disrupt any kind of magic, I think. I don't know. He goes, I'm not a spellcaster, but I think somebody once said that you could use like magic energy to disrupt these things.
I have comprehend language as a spell.
Well, he says again, you gotta kind of like speak the right kind of thought. You gotta think the right kind of
Dispel
thing.
magic? Would that spell work?
You want to go ahead and burn a spell slot? Is it at least a level 1 spell slot?
This is a level 3.
Yep, you can burn it.
Ooh.
Burn it, and then.
I cast Dispel Magic.
Okay, so you cast that spell. Roll an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say it was a magic wall, and he did agree. Let's see.
I almost got a natural 20 and then it changed to a 3. I have 5.
Okay,
That was
so you went ahead and you cast this spell, and it hits, and you can kind of see where it's like breaking down some barriers, but all of a sudden there's this psychic feedback that comes back at you and just slams you and knocks you on the ground for 11 points of psychic damage.
I have psychic resistance.
Okay, so it'd be half that, say 5.
I go, ow, my knee.
Drazzle just looks at you and he says, I think you're on the right track. I just think that you might have used too powerful of a spell.
Right.
You don't need to dispel all the magic, we just gotta push it right.
Well, can I try Beast Bond? It's a communication spell.
What level?
1.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay.
That's the thing.
What do I roll?
Give me and once you burn the spell slot, roll an Arcana check.
19.
19. So it hits it and it burrows in, and this field just kind of drops.
Okay.
And Drazzle's like, I think you did it. I think you did it.
No, it's done.
Okay.
Did I just broke my face? Yes. Hey.
Oh, I changed my armor, by the way. And I have a shield.
Okay. What's your armor class? No.
It's 19 with the shield. So 17 without.
Okay, so you're not going to use your shield?
No, it's 19 with the shield. I
Okay.
just want to let you know it's with the shield.
Okay.
Because,
It's only 2 more.
huh?
It's only 2
No,
more.
it was
The shield is
4
plus
more.
2.
Yeah, the whole
But
thing.
yeah, I've got new armor too.
Yeah.
And then my magic item is a ring of mind shielding.
Oh,
Okay, that's good.
It's not.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
Well, the barrier is down.
Mm-hmm, it
Yeah.
is.
Can I investigate where we're going next before we step inside? Can I like
Yeah.
what's in the room?
Yeah.
So you search the room, and the only thing that's really in here are these stone faces that were projecting this kind of like psychic energy that was invading your minds.
Oh, I found the source.
But other than that, there's not a whole lot in this room.
Is there another way?
There is. There's another way forward. There's definitely another way forward.
Let's keep pushing.
Okay. Who's leading? Same marching order?
Yes, they're marching
Yeah.
under.
Okay. So you head deeper down into this ruin, and you come to a narrow walkway that spans a chasm. And there's debris that's held in place, like by some sort of residual, probably psychic energy. And right before this walkway, there's a stone pillar before you, and it has some writing on it.
Can we read the writing? What language is it?
Does anybody speak Giant?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, this is what it says. It says, when the forge of minds is awakened, and the hollow choir weeps, the dreaming dark shall drink the sky, and the hungering chain uncoils.
That doesn't rhyme. Almost. But.
I thought I was gonna say
Okay,
like,
did anybody,
like
Shai, did you get that?
A little.
Oh,
Yeah. Can you repeat, please?
Yeah. When the forge of minds is awakened, and the hollow choir weeps, the dreaming dark shall drink the sky, and the hungering chain uncoils.
Yeah, the hungering chain uncoils ruins that whole poem.
Well, it's probably not a
Maybe
poem. It might
must
be a
sound better
prophecy.
in Giant. Right.
It does.
Good
What-
call on the Giant, by the way. Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Well, cause you said that there was giants in there. So, what does this mean? I have no idea.
Who are you asking?
Dude, razzle dazzle.
Drazzle? Razzle dazzle. Oh my god. Drazzle. So you ask Drazzle. Drazzle goes, you know, I believe this is a line from ancient Draconic prophecy.
Ancient what?
Draconic prophecy. And everybody knows that there's ancient Draconic prophecies just out in the wild everywhere in Eberron.
Yeah.
And he's like, this has got to be that.
Okay.
So should we just keep moving? Okay.
Drazel's like, yeah, let's go.
Alright.
Same marching order, guys?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys start moving across the bridge. And as you're moving across the bridge starts to basically kind of creak.
Okay, so we're only gonna go one person at a time.
Wait, can I use
Yeah.
survival?
Huh?
Can I use survival
For what?
to avoid natural hazard?
Well, you gotta cross the bridge, right?
Yeah, we gotta cross the
How are you
bridge.
gonna?
Let's just
Okay,
do
tell
it.
me how you're gonna avoid this bridge that crosses this chasm, and we'll roll survival to see if it works.
Well, wait. Let's invest it. Let's look at this bridge and see what we can do to make it better. Or
I'm gonna touch. Why was it say?
how big is the chasm? How far across is it?
Chasm's about 60 feet across.
Okay.
It's because he knows our rope's 50 feet, so it always makes it just a little short.
Can I just like touch the wood and feel if it's gonna break?
Yeah. So you investigate the wood.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation check.
15.
Yeah, the wood looks pretty solid, but after you investigate it, you notice that it has some serious flaws
So
to
it's
it.
gonna break.
Yeah.
And it's not
So-
in good shape. But
Would
it
support
may
one
hold up,
person?
if no more than you kind of like guess 3 people at a time
I
go
think one
across.
person should just go.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
go
say
on
we could
pairs.
send one person
Let's
across.
do it.
If we tie 2 ropes
Let's all
together, we can send one person across holding the rope while we're holding the rope over here, so they fall. We got them. But then they can tie the rope on that side, and then we can have a rope to hold on to while we cross, in case the
Yeah.
bridge gives out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's gonna go first?
I guess I will.
Okay.
All right.
I'll just, I guess with a rope, I have a rope, so I'll just I'll grab the end. And
I'm
I'll
sorry
walk.
I'm dying loudly.
I'm
can
sorry,
you die
Chester.
quietly?
Can you repeat that?
God, I hate when people die when I speak. But
Okay.
I'm walking across the bridge with my rope in hand. The other end's there, and I'm just walking and walking, and I make it across.
Okay, so you're walking, you make it about halfway across, and all of a sudden there's this thing that kind of like swoops out and lands like in the middle of the bridge. And
What the hell?
he has like these tentacles that are writhing, and its voice is venomous and a mix of almost like amusement and contempt as it looks at you. And it looks at Drazel too. It looks past you at Drazel, and it says, "Drow traitor, your cousin Big too, before we hollowed her out." And he just laughs and laughs and laughs. And
I'm jumping on him before you can do anything.
Okay, let's go. Let's me and you go for initiative then.
Initiative.
Yeah, because it sees you start to move in an aggressive way.
Okay.
13.
So, 13. I need initiative. 21, natural 20.
Go, baby. You go first.
I'm knocking him straight up. Like, I'm barreling at him with my shoulder and dun, right off the edge. I'm planning to send him down.
But he
Okay.
flies, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but he's,
so you kind of like shoulder bash him.
Yeah, well, if he does fly, that does cause a problem. Do you think I have enough time to cast a spell?
Or
Or
you
should
can
my
attack
action
and
just
cast
be...
spell.
Slice
It's up to you. What do you want to do?
Well,
You tell
one or
me.
the other. You can't cast a spell and attack.
You can do a spell that attacks.
Yeah.
I could... Well, I have hold person. So, I see him, I could just go, hold person!
Okay, so you
Paralyzed.
cast whole person. He gets a save on that, right?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw 13.
15.
It never works.
So yeah, all of a sudden this spell kind of wraps around him, and he's like, he can feel it, and he just kind of like, "Ah!" And he breaks free of the spell.
Smashed.
I am okay at him!
And as he breaks free of the spell,
Smashed it.
you see like these 3 eyes pop out of his top of his head. Okay, and oh, I need a D6.
Who the fuck even is this?
When do the rest of us get to roll initiative and go?
Never.
After he goes.
Never.
Because right now it's between those two.
Try to find that out here.
All right.
I
Okay.
have the rope on me. Pull me back in.
So he, all of a sudden, this psychic ray comes out, and give me an intelligence check as it just slams into your top of your skull.
Intelligence.
Yep.
It thumps my go back. Thumps my head, and it didn't even roll. I got a 9.
Yeah, it thumps your head and shoves you back, and your brains just feel like they're going to explode as you take 27 psychic damage.
And I have that, so 27 turns into what? 13.
Okay, yeah.
And the other spirit in my head is also combating this. This is why it's 13. He was like, I don't want
The other eye targets Tim.
Never.
No, not me.
Yeah. And it's a ray that you just feel like this, like, oh my God, I've never seen anything so hideous and scary in my life. Give me a wisdom save.
Dude, that guy's fucking ugly. 11.
Yeah, he's so ugly that you cower. You're frightened.
Damn.
Wow.
That's almost with Joey.
And the other eye targets Elgrid. And Elgrid,
Yes.
all of a sudden your body starts, everything around you just, and time and everything just begins to slow. Give me a dex save.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a 10.
You got a 10? Okay. So you're moving like in slow-mo, and everything that you do is slowed. So you can either, first of all, your speed is half, okay? And you can either use an action or a bonus action each round, but not both. Okay?
Normally you get them.
All right. Dandy, what do you want to do?
Wait, what's the duration of that?
19.
Till I say it stops.
Oh, okay.
How would you know?
Thanks, Dungeon Master. Very rude.
Alright.
He's got
He's got to do a dex save.
I do? What are you doing to me? Or
Lightning
doing
bolt.
lightning bolt? You fire a lightning bolt. 15.
Fuck you. It misses.
Okay. Chester already went, right? Creeley?
Okay, you wanna do what else do?
I'm sorry.
I can't help it.
You should sit on the other end of the table.
Oh, is it just initiative?
I'm sorry, what are you doing?
Initiative?
No, you don't need to do initiative.
Oh, okay.
I just want to know what action you're
The
doing.
attack? Okay.
Whatever you want to do.
Sure. So we will cast.
You guys think about what you want to do.
We're going to cast Fireball.
Fireball him away.
Yes.
He needs to do a dex save, right?
Yeah, 13.
He got a 3, so you smashed him with that.
Yo.
Finally, someone.
Stop it.
Huh?
It's hold on, it's
You know Chester's there too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chest of the molest.
8d6 fire damage.
How much?
8d6 fire damage.
Yeah, roll the 8d6.
Oh, my bad. Oh, I got it right here. I see what you're saying. Yikes, it's 28.
28. Okay. So his body goes up in flames. Chester, do a dex save. Because you're hit by the fireball too.
Chest of.
5.
5?
I'm gonna disengage.
Yep, you just took 28 points of fire
Oh,
damage.
I'm down.
Oh shit.
So you dropped her. Shorto?
Oops.
Shorto,
Can you revive?
I'm running up Chester
Uh-huh.
and using healing puddle.
Okay. Your healing pool.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Calculate that. Tell her how much she's going up.
What's your max, right?
44.
I will give you 20.
Tim?
Is the guy still alive?
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
8
I'm gonna shoot a firebolt down at him
Mm-hmm.
for a dirty 20. That hits, right?
Yeah, it does.
For 8 damage.
8 damage. Got it. Elgrid,
So in slow motion,
in slow
I
mo.
pull out my crossbow and
Uh-huh.
I walk it back and I hit it.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to attack him.
All right, fire away.
And it's 2.
2. Yeah. The bolt is caught in this freaking time rift, and it just kind of moves real slow, and it gets right to him, and it just kind of looks like boink, and falls on the ground.
Wow, I just about to.
Larissa,
Damn.
I am going to.
that was a cool attack though.
Oh yeah.
Too bad that bolt didn't find its way into the right time
I
frame,
know.
right time phase or
unfortunate.
whatever. That'd have been cool.
I know.
As everything moves, and all of a sudden it just takes off fast,
Oh yeah.
nails him.
Schools. I'm trying to click the button.
Unfortunately, it's only a 2.
Yeah,
Ooh, nat 20.
yeah, baby.
Does that matter on a spell?
Finger flap.
I don't know. Which spell are you doing?
It's
Oh, and it's a
chromatic
spell.
orb.
It's a spell attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, nat 20 hits him.
Okay. Yeah, I know, but anyway. Come on.
Come in.
No, I didn't even double the damn. Oh, yeah, I did. It automatically did it. Okay.
That's cool.
31 points of damage.
Nice, very
Clap,
nice.
clap, clap.
Okay, so this chromatic
Okay, what kind
orb.
of
Tell me
damage?
how the chromatic orb, what the orb did to him. Describe it in your own words.
I know, I'm trying to pick a damage. So it's an orb, and it went over there, and it just dropped acid on his head.
Okay. So this orb just kind of floats over there and kind of just like cracks open and just pours all this acid and just kind of melts him. And
That's pretty
he's
satisfying.
gone. And all those effects that were like the slow ray and the fear and all that stuff, that is all dissipated.
Okay.
And as it poured over his head, there was a look of fear.
Absolutely.
So he's gone?
And he
Yeah, you
realized-
killed
Am
him.
I still slowed down?
No,
No, the
all those
effects
effects
are
are gone.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, the eyes, those 3 eyes that were targeting you guys, they just kind of like the life just winks out of him, and as he
Goodbye.
Was he-
falls to his death, he just kind of like leans to one side and topples over the bridge and into the chasm.
So we had tentacles?
Yeah,
That's creepy.
yeah, tentacles and eye stalks.
Freak. Anyways. Let's move on. Let's keep. Okay, we're still gonna do one person at a time. And
Yeah.
Chester's still supposed to go.
Well, she's still crossing with the
Yeah.
rope, right?
Yeah.
So she still has the rope
I
tied
have
around
the
her.
rope.
And then we're holding the rope on the other side. We're finding something to
have the
tie it
rope?
to.
I left it there.
So we found
Okay.
like a rock or something to tie it around and secure it.
Probably the post.
Just to.
You tied it to the pillar with the writing on it.
Yep.
The draconic prophecy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, that should withstand.
Yeah,
Been around for a long time.
it has been around for a long
And
time.
then so she
It's
can
pretty
walk
sturdy.
across, and when she gets across, tie it over there.
Okay.
And that way we can all cross and just hold on to the rope.
Everybody, just go ahead and just roll a dex save real quick. Let me know if you get a nat 1.
19. I'm good.
Ooh, 23.
No nat 1s?
19.
That's good.
Nat 1?
Yeah, natural 1.
Oh my god.
So rolling that one.
No.
The bridge creaks and groans, but everybody makes it across.
Everybody
Oh,
falls
yeah.
to their death.
Yeah. Going across one at a time, yeah. So,
Oh,
yeah, Drowzo's like,
God,
I'm pretty sure. It wasn't Drowzo, it was one of you guys.
Dad.
Oh, it was Elgrid. Was like, yeah, it looks like a pretty sturdy bridge, but you know, you guys all went across one at a time. It was pretty sturdy to handle 3 people at a time, but yeah, one, it was no
Yeah.
problem.
Easy peasy.
Okay.
So you guys get across the bridge, and as you get there, you see this staircase that goes down into the blackness. It's a stone staircase.
Well, I can see in the dark. I think up to
60 feet, that's
yeah.
what I am.
Yeah. So you can see the stairs going down, down,
It's going
down.
yeah.
Yeah, they go down a ways. They go down, about 40, 50 feet, something like that.
Okay.
And you can see that there's like a tunnel entrance down there, but everything's like gray because there's no light
Yeah.
coming down there. You can see with your dark vision.
Okay. Well,
So who's leading the way? Is it still Tim or Chester?
yeah.
I'm backing up.
So there's really only room for, it's pretty narrow. There's only a room for one person at a time.
Okay.
So who's in front, Tim or Chester?
Tim.
All right.
I'm moving back.
I'm gonna go
I'm
behind.
lower house.
Okay, well, we can do a marching order. We've got Tim, then who's behind Tim? Chester?
Me.
Not,
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Okay, Elgrid. Who's behind Elgrid?
I'll be behind.
Okay, so that is
I'll
Chester.
be next.
And then we have Shorto. And behind Shorto,
I'll do that.
okay, Larissa. And behind Larissa,
Yes, me.
okay, that's Creeley. And behind Creeley,
I guess
who?
It's just Jordan's left.
Dan.
Oh,
Dan.
Dandy.
Dandy's the only one left. Yeah, you're right.
And go
Okay,
last.
thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tim, you get to the bottom of the stairs, and you come to a lit chamber. This chamber is all lit up. And before you, you see this creature floating before you, before a massive crystal lens.
Oh hell no.
Okay? And it's almost like there's like another person in a cage. It looks like a female drow.
Is that your cousin?
And you can almost sense the thoughts coming out of her and into this massive crystal lens. What do you want to do, Tim? You're in front. You can see everything.
What is it? I don't know. Where's Dude? Is he all the way at the back of the pack?
Yeah, he is. He's behind Dandy. He's bringing up the rear.
Can I like shout back to him? Hey, is this your cousin?
So he kind of shoves his way through
Is this someone you know?
all 6 people in front of him and up to you, and he comes into the chamber with you, and he's like, "Yes, that's my cousin. That's Velin."
Okay.
Why is she floating though?
She's not. She's in a cage.
Oh.
it
Besides
just
this
like a
floating
monkey?
creature.
Okay. Can I roll like Arcana or something? See if I know what it is. No, like way to get. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Roll insight.
What?
So let me look. He hasn't noticed you.
Oh,
He's really focused on this crystal lens.
I thought it was in the cage. Okay. Wait,
No,
what?
he's outside the cage,
outside.
floating
Oh, okay.
before a massive crystal lens, and she's in a cage next to it.
Guys, what if we broke the lens?
Okay.
You should telepathically speak to the cousin.
Oh wait,
Can
I
I-
could do
can
that.
I
I
s-
can
Can I
reach.
sneak up behind him and use shocking grasp on him and just electrocute his ass?
Whoa, we don't know.
Go ahead and give me a stealth
Wait,
check.
he's floating-
We'll see if he notices you.
Isn't
Wait,
he?
what? Isn't he like one of those guys
I
with the
thought he
ice
was
stock things
floating.
where we just fought?
No,
Oh.
he's not.
Oh, I think
What
he's
the hell is
floating. I don't
He's
know.
just a floating dude?
Yeah,
He's just like-
he looks
Oh.
kind of like a Mind Flayer.
Oh, well, yeah, let's go kill his ass.
Yeah.
He's got somebody locked
But
in
do
the
you want me
cage.
to telepathically reach the
Well,
girl?
because she might know something that we don't.
But it looks like her thoughts are being fed into the thing now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we can already hear her thoughts.
Yeah.
What
Are you
her
going to
thoughts?
try to talk to her
I'll
telepathically?
try to talk to her, yeah.
Okay, what do you say to her?
I'm trying to reach her mind. I'm like, can you form some kind of distraction so we can, like, either find a better vantage point to attack
should be able to
from,
do like a
or
plate
so we
to
can
the
ready
plate
up
or-
an attack.
Maybe she can suggest something.
So you can sense her. You get into her, and you feel all this anguish and pain, like her psyche and her soul is just being sucked out of her into this thing. But she is able to communicate back to you, and she says, "I'll try." She says in anguish. She says, "There's another here too."
There's two, so one's hidden.
Another one of the bad guys or another victim?
And so then she reaches out and she kind of like punches. She starts punching the cage and rattling it, and it does kind of distract. I mean, the Mind Flayer that's floating up there looks down and he's like angry, and he just he increases the pain and psychic damage that he's doing to her,
Okay, so he
trying to
does-
stop her from doing that.
He has concentration on her. Can we knock that when we attack him?
I don't know. Well, you tell me.
All right.
Do what you got to do, and we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, I think we gotta attack. You want to attack her, James?
Yeah. I'm just gonna try and sneak it behind him and shock him grass.
All right, give me a stealth check.
You better be stealthy, you big bitch.
18.
18, you have advantage on the attack.
Okay.
Dirty 20 hits, right?
Yes, it does.
Is it
Or
dead
9 damage. Oh, wait. Oh, no, yeah, 9 damage.
Yeah, you hit him. 9 damage.
There's a little tickle.
You do break his concentration, so he rears back, and you sense, okay, Chester, you sense that all that anguish and everything from her is like not there anymore. It's not as intense anymore. Yeah, depleted. And she screams, "Break the lens!"
Break the lens. We gotta break the lens.
Okay, so Dandy, what do you want to do?
I have one.
I can hit the lens with the shattering thunderbolts.
Okay, tell me how that works.
Does it have to roll a dex save?
Well, it doesn't do a dex save.
I'm just gonna spray it with my lightning bolts.
Okay.
Squall power! 32. Excellent, I hit the highest level, but 32.
Okay. So is it a spell attack?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll roll your attack. See if you hit it.
Do you want us to roll like a die 20 to see if it lands?
Yeah, that's what
like
she's
a
gonna
die
do.
20?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
I was
what
gonna say
Yeah, she's doing a spell attack, then she has to roll a die 20.
6.
6?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm rolling
Did you add your bonus to it? Your spell attack bonus?
So 6 plus 8, so 8.
That's 14.
Yeah.
So yeah, the lightning streaks out and it hits it, but it just glances off of it.
Damn.
And you're like, oh my god, that thing is really hard.
really hard. Okay, so I'll prepare my fireball next. It's my last spell slot for 3.
Mhm.
But I go with a fireball. Let's see if my hand will not for.
You roll a 4, okay. Yeah, the fireball engulfs it, and when the fire dissipates, it's not scratched at all.
Jeez.
Creeley, what are you doing?
I'm going to creatures.
Does anyone else have an attack they want to try on the lens?
Me, I do.
Let's hear it.
Alright, well,
We gotta break that lens.
I'm gonna attack the lens with a
Can we tell how thick is the lens?
It's pretty thick and pretty hard.
That's what
Just tell me what you want to do.
Well, I have a frostbite spell. It doesn't do very much damage, but if somebody wanted to follow it up with something that I can maybe use crack it. spiritual weapon.
Creely?
Do you want me to just smash with
Okay.
an axe or something?
So
Since then maybe if I freeze it first, it'll break better.
Yeah, I think so.
I can come back to you. Shorto, what do you want to do?
I want to swing my sword at it.
Okay. So you charge over there and swing.
14.
You hit it with all your might, and it doesn't even leave a mark. And you're like, shit, this is like hard as diamond. Creely, do you know what you want to do?
I was gonna say, chill touch.
Jimmy.
Okay. So you're going to go over there and touch it.
Cycle for me, bring me
Mhm.
ice.
And
Thank you.
And
you have to do it.
Make it. Wait, it has to be a challenge to show of grade. Make a melee attack against a target. It doesn't
Right.
say-
So roll your spell attack.
Oh, okay. Whoop. Yeah, 11.
Yeah, you try to chill test it. It gets all frosty and everything, and then it warms right back up. Yeah. Tim?
I guess I'm just gonna swing my war axe at it.
Okay.
My great axe.
Yeah.
I don't have to roll the hit, do I?
Yep.
Oh, 24 is a hit, right?
Yeah, you hit it.
5 damage.
5 damage?
Yep.
Yep, and you chip it. You chip it pretty good. There's a good
My
crack in it.
Second attack.
What'd you hit it with?
Hit right.
Warhammer. Or war axe, huh?
My second attack, 22 to hit.
Yep.
And 8 damage.
8 damage. So yeah, you put another good sized crack in it. I mean, that's a deep crack. Elgrid?
I'm gonna use spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, like I cast a spell, and this huge cloud comes out of the sky. Takes the form. It's kind of like Thor's hammer. I
Yeah.
think I-
Go ahead. Spell attack it.
And then what I do the +5.
+5 to see if you hit.
Oh,
Not 1.
Nat 1. So you swing, your spiritual hammer comes down like Thor's hammer, and it just kind of glides right through it,
Roll a
like
natural 1 and then do
like it was in a different phase.
You naturally got a 1. So
Okay.
naturally
Larissa?
So we can't do anything that requires a save, right? Because it can't do a save.
Tell me what you want to do, and I'll make it
Well, I
work.
was thinking about doing frostbite, but
Okay. Well, just give me your spell attack and tell me what you
we should
think.
attack the freaking guy because he's gonna.
Yeah,
come
he's
out
not that guy there, but we need to destroy the lens.
yeah, I don't know.
I have an attack ready for the guy.
It caused numbing frost to form on, well, it says one
Snake
creature
break
he
dancing
could
hits
see within
things.
range. Meneses make a con save, and a fail save it takes damage, and has disadvantage on its next weapon attack, which of course doesn't apply.
Yeah, that's not going to really apply to this thing.
Okay, so
You would know that
it would
as
take it would
as
take,
a
it would take
spellcaster.
frost damage, but
Okay.
I don't think. Okay, I'll just do the other one.
Okay.
Starry Wisp. It's a beam of light, but I rolled a 10, so
Yeah, your beam of light refracts off of it and goes harmlessly into the nether. Okay,
Another.
so this thing turns and it says,
The nether.
yeah, it says, you cling to free will like a child to a blanket. Let me unwrap you. I'll peel your ego layer by layer and find nothing of value inside. The lens will show you the truth. Pity your brain. I'm going to liquefy it first. This is his threat that he makes to you.
Calm down.
Yeah, he's
to all of us.
no, yeah, he says that just looking at you guys, but he looks at Tim there, and Tim, all of a sudden you feel like this crushing pressure on your mind. Give me a intelligence check.
Are you intelligent?
I'm not bad. Not 1.
Nat 1. 22 points of psychic damage, and you're stunned. And then Ulthar says, your fear is delicious. I can taste it like fine wine brewed from primal terror. And he just laughs and laughs at you. And as he does that, you see another one of those tentacle things with the eye stalks come floating out of the darkness.
No, not again.
Yes, again.
Please.
Okay.
All right. And
Wait, so I have the condition
Is he attacking
stun?
stun. You have stun condition for
Oh.
this for a round, okay?
Oh,
He looks at Elridge, this floating thing with the eye stalks and the tentacles, and he gets into your mind. Give me a strength check.
Strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
This ray, a beam, it kind of grips you around the neck and starts to lift you up.
Is it this one?
Which one?
This one. Strength.
Strength, yes, it's that one. Sorry.
It's 14.
14, yeah. It's got a stranglehold, and you're lifted above your feet, and you're just hanging there.
No.
Yes.
Cut the freaking
We're all gonna
tentacle.
die to this freaking guy.
The other one looks at Chester over
I'm
here.
incapacitated right now.
Uh-oh.
Chester. I'm sorry, yeah, Chester. And you're like, oh my God. You start to become frightened almost. Give me a wisdom check because you're like in fear of this thing.
Wisdom.
As you look into that eye stalk.
7.
7? Yeah, you're just mesmerized by this eye that's looking at you, and it's just so frightening that you're almost paralyzed. And then finally, Creeley, everything starts to slow around you. Give me a dex check.
No.
Dexterity.
Yes.
I'm stinky.
Ooh.
You stinky.
19.
19. Everything starts to slow around you, but you kind of like do this cat kind of like movement where you just kind of slide around it, and you see everything slow over in this area, but you're out of it. You just completely sidestepped it. Dandy, what are you doing?
Dandy.
Gonna shoot it with my lightning.
Who are you shooting? The crystal, Ulthar, or his minion?
No. Oh my God.
There's 3 targets in there.
Should I continue targeting the crystal? Maybe they'll disperse after I break
It's
it.
the heart.
The crystal has taken some significant damage already, but it's still there.
You kind of need to go over and hit it with an axe or something to get it to take damage.
Oh, is it resistant to magic?
Apparently. Well, yeah, it doesn't. I don't know.
Just hard.
No, I don't think anybody's rolled anything good enough to be able to
No.
tell.
I'm gonna try lightning bolt.
Okay.
Roll the D20 to hit.
Yep, add your spell attack bonus.
I think that's a 28, nat 20.
Yeah, you smack it good. That lightning just fries it.
Do I shatter it completely?
How much damage?
Fried.
Run.
Fried chicken.
Okay, why aren't you working? Okay, 42.
42 damage. The thing explodes and shards of crystal fly everywhere. Chester?
Oh yeah.
What
Does
happened?
that do anything?
Yeah, she shattered it.
What does it
Yeah,
do?
but what about all the other people?
We're saying everything happens at once.
Oh,
I'm just going around the room seeing what everybody's doing.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you the
I'm
effects.
terrified of this one guy.
Okay.
He's scared. He's scared me. I'm scared of him. I can't attack him.
Is
You
that,
can't attack him, but you can attack the
I
other.
can attack his friend.
Yep, you can
So-
attack Ulthar.
I have an amazing staff. Let me get out my staff. Where'd it go? I have a staff of they're charming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna reach for the other one. I'm gonna command him. He has to do a wisdom 13. Saving throw.
19. I'm so sorry.
This is why I use my staff, not my spells.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He rolled kind of high. All right, Creeley.
Alright, let's do a stink cloud
Mm-hmm.
on, is anybody in melee with it?
I mean, I'm frightened. Can I run away in my turn too? Like, I want to get out
Yeah,
of the area.
go for it.
I'm out of there.
All right, so you
So
bolt.
someone is in the in range
Well,
of
James
them?
was, but he's passed out.
I'm stunned. I can't do
starting-
anything.
Which
But
is
you're still right there, though.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
You've been
I
held
will
up by
just
mine.
run up and attack.
yeah, I'm choking.
All right, who are you attacking?
Hey, you hear it?
Well, one's floating, and the minion's floating, but Ulthar's on the ground now. You want to attack him?
Okay, I'll just, has the minion taken any damage?
Alright.
No, he has not, but Ulthar's taken some.
Minion.
I will chill touch the minion.
Okay, are you able to float or fly? I don't think you are. Tell me how you're going to get up to him.
Ooh, I will.
There are some stones that you could probably like run and jump up on top of and then leap up towards him.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, yeah, I'll do I'll get like a little, get my momentum, and I'll just do like a wall crawl and like try to get up to him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna touch him, barely touch him. I'm gonna take a little like a dive and like try to touch him.
All right, go
And
for
see
it.
if he's frozen. And I
tickle
have
him.
19. So touch is that one. Okay. And that one's a cantrip.
Okay.
So yeah, on the hit, the target takes a 1d10.
What'd you roll?
Necrotic damage, 19.
19, you hit him.
All right.
How much damage is he going to take?
1d10. So I have to push that one now, right? Oh. 10.
10. So this you run up, and where did you touch him at exactly?
On the toe.
On the toe. So on his left foot, his whole left foot, and all the way up to his knee, all of a sudden just goes like into frost, and he kind of yelps out a bit in pain.
It's necrotic damage, yeah.
Yeah, it just turns all black, and you can just see it's like frostbite on him.
Ew.
Okay, Shorto.
Good job.
Sure. I'm firing 2 arrows at the same guy screaming in pain.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nat 20.
Yeah, baby.
13 damage.
13?
Alright, now I'm firing my second arrow. A 15 does it hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. 5 more, so 20 total.
Okay. So these arrows pierce him, and yeah, he's just in agony.
Ouch.
Tim?
Timmy!
So,
Is my turn then?
yep, you want to break out of that?
Yeah.
Go ahead, try to break out of your fear or your.
Intelligence, right?
Yep.
11.
11, no, you're still enthralled
was
in
I
it.
supposed to do that too?
Still stunned.
No, you're fine. But it does wear off now. Okay?
Oh.
But you couldn't act. If you had passed, you could act right away, but since you didn't, you're going to have to wait till your next turn. Elgrid?
How many feet are both of them away?
Well, you can get to both of them in one move. Well, one of them's floating and one of them's not.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the one that's not floating on this island
Okay?
with my.
That's the Mind Flayer.
Yeah, with my sickle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, 19.
19? Yeah, you hit him with your sickle. Just buried into his back.
And then 7.
And that one missed. You pull it out, you go to swing again, but he's already like reeling from pain and backing away. So that one missed. How much damage did you do? 7? Or what do you do?
Wait, what? Well, to hit, I did 19 and then.
And the damage is 7, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were making 2 attacks.
Oh, I can't do 2.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
sorry.
No problem. Larissa?
I'm gonna use a bonus action to do Hunter's Mark
Mm-hmm.
on the eyeball thing.
Okay, the eyeball guy, the floating one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna shoot my crossbow, or whatever it's called. 22 to hit,
Yes, ma'am.
and 9 points of damage. And then I hit him, so. Oh, wait. So we got the other damage I forgot about. Hunter's Mark damage is another, 6. I love these 6s.
6.
So it's 15 total, and there's some residual. Where did it go? Hold on, I can't remember.
1, 2, 3.
Vex is hit a creature and deal damage. I have advantage on my next attack roll.
Yep.
The creature before the end of my next turn.
Okay. So
Next turn.
with your attack there, you actually hurt him so bad he dropped to the ground. He's no longer flying anymore, but he's not prone. But he turns and he looks at you. All right. But we'll get to all of that in short notice. All right. So now Ulthar's taken some serious damage here, or some damage. I'm saying. So Larissa, that's who he's going to go after. So Larissa, he comes up to you. He just kind of he moves really quick. Okay, and he comes up to you. And he grabs you by the scalp and he starts to pull your scalp off your freaking head. Yeah, and he just kind of rips your hair and everything in there. And he's grabbed you. Huh?
He doesn't have to roll the hit?
He just did. I just rolled it. Yeah. Yeah, so he says to you, I've devoured minds older than your own civilization as a light snack. And he reaches in and he grabs a hold of your brain.
What the hell is happening?
Yep.
No, eat your brain, girl.
And he goes to yank it out. 55 points of piercing damage.
Well, obviously I'm dead.
Yeah, he rips
55?
55. He rips your brain from your basically right off your spine, and he shoves it in his mouth and he bites it in half.
Yeah, he
The
ripped my
one
brain
that-
out. I'm
the one
dead. It
that's
doesn't
so
matter how many
hurt?
points of damage.
Huh?
The one that's so hurt that he's not flying anymore?
Yeah, I knocked him down over there, so he killed me.
No, you knocked the other one out of the air. That's the one you said
Oh.
you knocked out of the air.
What the
Okay.
There was one floating and one not.
So
the
he
one that
took
you
your
knocked out of the
brain?
air. Yeah, this is his minion you
He
knocked
took
out of the
your
air.
brain?
Hey, he killed me.
He took your entire brainstem and everything?
He did.
Wow.
Okay.
Rude.
That's
That's so rude.
Do we get an advantage for being angry?
For being angry, yeah, you can have advantage for being angry. Maybe. Okay.
Perhaps.
So the other one that you knocked down to the ground, he looks at Creeley here.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And he uses his... Okay, so he does that slowing ray on you again, one of the eye stalks. Go ahead and give me a dex save.
Dex.
Mm-hmm.
Dex. Save or check?
Dex save.
Save. 30. Save. 30. 11.
11. Well, this time it doesn't work out for you.
Okay.
Yep, your speed is halved, and you can either take an action or a bonus action, but you can't do both.
Okay.
The other eye stalk looks at... Oops, she's not in here anymore. Looks at Larissa, who's already dead, and so that's going to be mute, whatever he does. It does the slowing ray on you too, but you're already dead. And Algrid.
Yes.
Yes.
Me.
So this beam comes out and tries to stun you. Give me a con save.
No. I got 17.
17? Yeah. So you manage to... It hits you and everything, and you kind of feel like really kind of sick and everything, but you shake it off like it's nothing.
I'm still being choked.
Yep, you are being choked, and he does it with his ray. Okay. So,
Damn.
Damn.
the dreaming lens shatters, as you guys know.
Yes.
Who shattered the dreaming lens? I forgot.
Jordan.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So Dandy shattered the dreaming lens. and there's this deafening yet soundless pulse that erupts from it.
Hell yeah.
For like a heartbeat,
It's a
the
good
world
sign.
stops. Then reality, as you guys see it, just starts to smear across your vision. Jagged arcs of psychic energy whip all over this chamber. They're scorching the walls with glowing vein-like scars. Chunks of the ceiling begin to just rain down. One of them smashes Ulrich and just freaking pulverizes him to death. Okay, and the other one comes down and hits his minion as well, but he kind of staggers back and he's trapped underneath one of these freaking stones.
Wait, what happens to me then?
Yeah. Then he releases you. He drops you, okay? And you're choking and everything. Everybody do an acrobatics check to see if you can avoid being crushed by these stones.
6.
If you roll less than 18, guys, take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
Acrobatic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Less than 18, 5 points of bludgeoning.
Oh,
Yeah.
18.
Oh.
18.
So I might get hit by a stone, but can I rush over there and free the girl from the cage?
Yeah, go for it.
She's already
Okay, so
crushed
I'm
by a
running
stone.
over
She's
there.
dead.
And I get to the cage, and I'm at it with my staff, and I'm just dun dun dun, and it breaks off, and I'm getting her out.
All right, you got her out.
Gosh, you're
All right, everybody done with
I
their
got
checks?
your cousin.
All right.
Where's our drow friend?
A draw friend, he's there too, and he gets bludgeoned as well.
Oh man.
Yeah, so he takes a bit of damage. But he curses and spits, and he sees that you freed his cousin, and he runs to her.
Oh good.
Now this big kind of crevasse kind of opens up in the floor, and it kind of starts revealing a glimpse of some kind of silvery void that you guys see. And you see these giants floating in mid-fall just in this silvery sea ahead of you. And there's something also like really massive that's moving in this silvery void. And its presence begins to scramble your guys'
I think
minds.
we broke
Guys,
reality.
you need to
guys.
get out of here now.
Run!
So you guys got a choice at this point. Drazzle says, it's the astral sea. They've ripped reality. And he's like, you can just see the terror in his voice, or hear the terror in his voice, and see the terror on his face. And he says, we need to somehow stabilize this barrier between our realities, or we're going to be lost forever.
Whoa.
So, what do you guys want to do about that?
Are they
Ask
saying,
him how
are
to
they
stop
saying anything?
Well, what's
What the hell
left
do we
of
do?
the
Put
lens?
duct tape on it.
What's left of the lens?
Nothing. It's completely shattered.
That's shattered.
What? Does
Can we hear what they're saying? Are they saying anything?
Yeah.
No, they're just
We can mend
these
it back.
giants that are in this astral sea are just floating by. But there's this evil presence there
Put duct tape on
that's kind of got you. It's kind of got your attention, and it's noticed you.
Well, let's drop.
And that's what Drazzle's freaked about.
Let's drop a random thing in there and see what happens.
What are you guys for?
Drop like a little rock
Wait,
in
so
there.
there's an evil presence that's noticed.
You drop a little rock in there, and nothing really happens. It just
Oh.
kind of ripples in the reality. He's like, we have to close this somehow.
How?
Should we try and aim for the evil presence?
He's like, wizard, sorcerer, warlock, you guys, there's a cleric here. Can't one of you figure something out?
Hold
I'm
on.
looking at my spells. I can misty myself and let the misty step out of here.
Give me an arcana check.
Oh, I wasn't being serious. I'm trying to figure out how to close it.
Yeah,
It's
go
glass,
ahead and
right?
give me an arcana check.
Misty step.
Give me an arcana check.
Okay.
Let's see if you can figure it out.
It's glass. We could fireball it back together.
So you kind of think about your Misty Step spell and some of its components and how it works. So you cast that Misty Step trying to like seal this void, and it starts to close, and it gets to where it's almost shut, but it rebounds and opens back up.
Okay, so I need support. I need my warlock to help me. My
Yeah, you
wizard.
here?
Wizard,
I'll let you in.
do you want to?
I will.
Do you want
It's
to?
on game.
She wants to attempt again. Do you want to support her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll an advantage.
Okay.
You burn another spell slot
I think so.
and do an Arcana check.
18.
Care.
I'm just saying.
I cast again. I'm rolling.
Dude, all my
Arcana
spells are like
at-
religions.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, you're a cleric.
Arcana
You're supposed to
again.
be.
I got a natural 20.
Okay, so what spell did you cast? Or
Misty step again. I'm trying to-
so you're doing the Misty Step
My
again,
real side quests are pretty strange.
and this time you cast it in such a way that these two like large spectral hands come out and grab the two ends of the curtain of space and time and just shove them back together,
And it's closed.
and it closes. So months later, meanwhile, back in the dungeon, months later,
After we got out of there.
you guys get out of there safely because you were able to seal up the realities. And you find yourself at the Laughing Beholder Tavern.
Ooh.
And the air is thick with the smell of spiced ale, charred meat, and tang of sweet meats. There's a stuffed displacer beast head that snarls down at you and everybody else in this tavern. And it's kind of like the mascot kind of thing. The tables are scarred from knife fights, the floors are sticky with spilled drinks, and the fireplace roars like a dragon with indigestion. There is kind of like a bard there, and she's standing up on one of the tables, and the crowd's just laughing their ass off, and she's doing these kind of limericks, and she says, she bows, and everybody's like, more, and she goes, okay, one more. She says, how about this one? Harry had a little lamb, its fleece was black as pitch. Everywhere that Harry went, he was sure to fuck that bitch. And just everybody laughs their ass off. And she says, thank you, I'll see you all again. And she gets down and she leaves. And as she leaves, you guys are sitting at your table, and from the shadows, this woman approaches your table. Her eyes are like smoked glass, and she sits at your table, and in her hand she has a deck of dragon omen cards. And you know that anybody that has this deck of cards is usually a fortune teller. And she says to you guys, buy me a drink and the gods may speak to you through the cards.
I mean, I've already angered the guys. I don't know if I want to see what they have
Okay.
to say.
I'll
buy her
about
a
me.
drink.
All right?
I'll
So you
buy
guys
her a
buy her a drink, and she flips over 3 cards like that. And she looks at the first one. She says, oh, the Dark Lord, a ruler of broken realms, watches your deeds. Your recent actions have fed a greater hunger. The eldritch entity behind the lens was merely a fragment of something worse. It's a trap in the astral sea. Your actions have begun its awakening. And that card, and she just drops the card. And then she grabs the next one, and she says, the broken one. And she shows it to you guys. And she says, a shattered mind shall unmake what you have saved. The thrall. And she points with the card at Drazel's cousin, Valen.
Uh-oh.
And she says, that thrall carries a seed of return. And she goes, she is a vessel. Her crystallized eyes is a beacon. Wherever she goes, the entity's influence grows. And she says, finally, the gods say, and she holds up the artifact card. And she says, what she, and she points again at Valen, seeks is not what she will find. The lens was a cage, not a tool. Its true purpose lies beneath the tower she saw. The astral sea tower in Valen, and she calls her by name this time. Vision isn't the entity's prison. It's but a mere lock. And after reading all three of these cards, they burst into a black flame, revealing a third eye on this woman's forehead. And she laughs and kind of teleports away. And as she teleports away, a single card floats down. And it's the Raven. And you hear a voice in your mind because she's gone now. And the voice says, she goes, the Raven with a date scribbled in blood. And you look, and there's a date actually scribbled on this card. And she says, when the moon drowns, and everybody knows that in 13 days the moon will drown. It's just one of those celestial events that happens in Eberron from time to time. And then the voice becomes more and more distant as it goes into ether, and it says, the raven signifies a secret potential for good. Go to the tower and find the drowned moon relic.
Okay, so it looks like that's where we go next.
Dang.
That's what's up. Which way?
And that concludes tonight's one shot.